We are discussing about the solutions to the GATE 2011 paper, and the topic we are discussing is electron devices, and we are in the series of discussion of two more questions. The first two marks question is given as: for the BJT circuit shown, beta value is infinite, VBE on is equal to 0.7 volts, VCE saturation is 0.7 volts, and the switch is initially closed. At time t is equal to 0, the switch is opened. The time t at which Q1 leaves the active region is A 10 milliseconds, B 25 milliseconds, C 50 milliseconds, D 100 milliseconds. Look at the diagram. The transistor given beta is equal to infinite, VBE on is equal to 0.7 volts. VBE on is nothing but VBE saturation. VCE saturation is given as 0.7 volts. Switch is initially closed. When the switch is initially closed over here, switch is initially closed is nothing but this ground is going to be connected across this point, that is nothing but collector of Q1. Collector of Q1 is connected to ground, that is the current supplied by 5 volts is going into ground. It is not going to the collector, it is not going into the Q1 side, it is not going into capacitor side. So simply the current from the 5 volts power supply is going towards ground. So capacitor voltage is going to be 0 and the Q1 transistor will not be in the on condition. So whenever the switch is opened, by the time current can be shared. Now the current can go through this Q1 as well as current can go through this capacitor. By the time Q1 transistor comes into on condition when the switch is open, and after some time it comes into saturation region. So what is that time when it is entering into saturation region? That is when it is leaving the active region. Whether it is 10 milliseconds, 25 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds or 100 milliseconds. This was the question. Now we'll see. The correct answer for this one is 50 milliseconds. Right answer for this. We see the details. This was the given circuit diagram, and the given information is VBE on is 0.7 volts, VCE saturation is 0.7 volts, beta value is infinite. Beta value is infinite is very important in any question. If beta is given as infinite or very large, that simply implies you can neglect the base current. So the other way of saying neglect base current is nothing but beta. It may be very large or beta is equal to infinite. Why? IB is equal to IC by beta. If beta is very large or if beta is equal to infinite, IB will be 0 or approximately 0. So that whenever IB is neglected, IC is nothing but IE. That is collector current is same as emitter current if base current is neglected. So this is the information we are getting from beta is equal to infinite. So same collector current whatever it is flowing, it is also flowing under emitter. And given that one initially switch was closed and at t is equal to 0 switch is open. That implies for t less than 0 always the switch is closed. We are going with this condition first. For t less than 0 switch is closed. When the switch is closed, as we told, switch is closed is nothing but this ground potential is at collector of Q1 and total power supply is going to be contributing current. That current is entering into this ground. It is neither going into Q1 nor going into capacitor. So capacitor is bypassed by this ground and Q1 is also in the off condition because of this ground connected to collector. So when the switch is closed, voltage across the capacitor VC1 of 0 minus is equal to 0 volts and Q1 is going to be in the off condition, so that IC is equal to IE is equal to 0 milliamperes. So the capacitor is nothing but given value is 5 microfarads and we are naming it as C1. C1 is nothing but capacitor. When the switch is open, there are two important things is going to be happening. When the switch is open, the collector is not at ground now. So the current is going to be now entering into Q1 as well as entering into 5 microfarad capacitor. So first case we are going with transistor. Since the switch is open, current flows through Q1 collector. The same current is going to be flowing through emitter also. So the transistor starts conducting. Previously it was off, now the transistor is going to conduct. So that now the transistor region, it is coming from off to active, and after some time it has gained sufficient amount of current so that it goes into saturation. So transistor now comes from off to active, active to saturation. Next, capacitor C1. Current is also flowing through this capacitor C1, so that capacitor C1 starts charging when the switch is open. These are the two things are going to be happening when switch is open. Now we need to calculate after how much time the Q1 transistor is leaving the active region, that is just entering the saturation region. So that assume first Q1 is just enter the saturation region, that is nothing but it maintain the on state. So calculate the current flowing through Q1, that is nothing but calculate emitter current from base emitter loop. So base emitter loop is nothing but you are writing from this point minus Y2 minus VBE minus voltage drop across this one minus of minus 10 volts. So that this is a KVL across base emitter loop. So from this one we can calculate current flowing through emitter IE is equal to 0.5, sorry, IE is equal to 1 milliampere, that is nothing but IC, since beta is very large, so that base current is neglected. So now the collector current is 1 milliampere, that is flowing into the Q1. But if you are looking from the circuit, collector current is 1 milliampere, but current supplied by 5 volts is 0.5 milliamperes. But here it is collector current is 1 milliampere and current supplied by 5 volts is 0.5 milliamperes. So the other 0.5 milliamperes is coming from the capacitor. So that is what we can write, IC collector current is equal to I current supplied by 5 volts plus IC1 current from the capacitor C1. So IE is equal to IC1 plus I, and IC1 value can be obtained IE minus I, that is 0.5 milliamperes. So now we know how much current is going to be flowing through the capacitor. When Q1 entered into just saturation region. Now find out voltage across capacitor at this point. Later you can relate current and voltage for a capacitor using equation. Then you can calculate the time for reaching this Q1 into saturation. So Q1 enters the saturation just now we are assuming, and that is going to be happening at T is equal to T1. This is the assumption now we are taking. Assume at T is equal to T1, Q1 enters the saturation region, because at T is equal to 0 switch is getting open, and after T1 seconds Q1 enters into the saturation region, that is Q1 leaving the active region. So collector voltage at T is equal to T1 is VCE saturation plus IE into 4.3 kilo ohms. From here collector voltage is nothing but VCE saturation plus IE into 4.3 kilo ohms. So the entire voltage will become now 5 volts, which is the voltage across capacitor. Okay. So at T is equal to T1, voltage across capacitor C1 is 5 volts. Now we know the current equation, current flowing through the capacitor C1, that is 0.5 milliamperes, and voltage across the capacitor, that is 5 volts. So we can write the equation which relates current and voltage of a capacitor as IC1 is equal to C1 into dVC1 by dt. Simply I is equal to C dV by dt. We are writing for C1, that's why we are making the subscript as C1, and that is for general time equation at any point of time, but here specifically we are going with at t is equal to t1. So IC1 of t1 is equal to C1 into VC1 of t1 by t1. We can write the equation like this. The equation is now modified as IC1 of t1 is equal to C1 into VC1 of t1 by t1, so that the known values IC1 is 0.5 milliamperes, C1 is 5 microfarads, VC1 is 5 volts. From that one, T1 can be calculated as 50 milliseconds. So after switch is open and after 50 milliseconds, Q1 transistor comes into the saturation region, that is nothing but leaving the active region. So after the switch is open, after 50 milliseconds, transistor Q1 leaves the active region. So the right answer for this one is C, 50 milliseconds.